Well, beautiful people, best damn nation. It is Wednesday, the week after Turkey Day. I hope you threw all that Thanksgiving food away. If not, you got worms. It is the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. I am your humble host, Brian Renegade, and with me, I have the best damn crew. First of all, I have the genie himself, the one and only entrepreneur of entrepreneurs. He is the official city showstopper, the man behind the lens, the one and only visionary. LP is in the building.
What's going on, man? How y'all doing? How was y'all holiday?
Oh, man, I'm still digesting right now. You know what I'm saying? All that turkey meat that I ate, you know what I'm saying? I smoked the whole turkey. It was good, too, boy. I made some Carolina turkey barbecue. You know what I'm saying? I even made my own vinegar-based sauce because they ain't have none in the grocery stores here in Phoenix. And I was going to try to order it online, but it won't go get here in enough time. So I made my own vinegar-based sauce, man. Turned out pretty great. Everybody raved about it. Everybody loved it. So my Thanksgiving was actually Gucci. What about yours?
Oh, man, anytime with family is always good with me. I love family time.
Oh, man, I know that's right. What about you, Mr. Everything? How was your Thanksgiving?
Man, I ate myself to sleep. I went down and saw my mom's and my family in South Carolina, and I thought I had to cook. My mother said, "Nope, you ain't got to cook nothing. Sit back, relax, and get ready to eat." And I said, "I know mine. Don't worry about it."
Well, we got to worry about it, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you, the grappler of grapplers, the green-eyed bandit. He's your mama's favorite wrestler, and he can whoop your daddy ass, Mr. Everything, Victor Andrews.
What up? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I know I've been MIA for a good long time, but you can't be missing everything if you can't do it. I've been busy trying to get some things going, and we got some amazing stuff to happen today. But we're going to first introduce this man. He is El Capitan. He is the leader of the Visionaries. He is the Mount Everest of this shit right here. He is Mr. Best Damn Wrestling Podcast himself, Brian Renegade.
Well, thank you. What's happening, my brothers? Listen, I will have to say this is an interesting time in entertainment, interesting time in the world, a very interesting time in wrestling. We're going to get into it because we got to talk Survivor Series, War Games, and everything in between. But man, we got some things to go into. Fellas, we got some of the Best Damn Nation saying what's up, showing some love. Jamal Johnson, what's happening, player? I don't know what the throw up emoji is about, but
no, that's not a good emoji.
I don't know if that was a good emoji or not. Are you sick after Thanksgiving? Consuming all that turkey meat? No. Probably, man. Probably. Fellas, let's go ahead and get into it. First of all, we got to talk about the big returns
Are we talking about the biggest return?
Let's start with the biggest return, first of all.
Let's start with the biggest return.
All right, let me go ahead and break down the biggest return in WWE history. Mm-hmm. We've missed him on TV. Mm-hmm. We never thought that we were going to see him back on a WWE product. But man, were we wrong. And he came in and blew the roof off of Chicago.
Yes, he did.
Everybody, whether you love him or hate him, this man is Mr. Entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the one and only, the return of the great R-Truth. Run.
Man, listen. When listen, I didn't even see it coming. I swear I didn't see it coming. It was like the whole everything that led up to that moment when he just rose from behind the couch and was eating them ruffles. I was like, yes. R-Truth is back, ladies and gentlemen.
R-Truth is back. Man, I love seeing R-Truth on TV.
We would be remiss or whatever the word is. We won't do our due diligence if we didn't remind everyone that he is a Best Damn Wrestling Podcast alumni.
He definitely is. R-Truth, brother, we happy to see you back on TV, man. We got to get you back on the show, my brother. Got to get you back on the show to talk about this huge return, man. I'm actually excited to see R-Truth back on TV. But he already has a little opposition, man. Your boy JD McDonough said he got a hot one for R-Truth. So don't make me hate you already more than I do, sir. don't you touch R-Truth. R-Truth is an absolute legend. If you do anything to hurt R-Truth,
we're coming for you.
We coming for you. That's all I'm saying.
That's it.
Take it how you want it. But man, we also had some other returns, but let me go ahead and get into War Games. I know that you guys all the juices are flowing and all the tongues are wagging from War Games, but I want to talk about some of these matches. Fellas, we do this each and every week. Whenever we have a major event, hold on, let me go ahead and put some things down there so you guys can follow us on our social medias like it does. But fellas, we have to go to school to grade this year's Survivor Series War Games.
Excuse me, class. Class. Shut up!
Wow! Fellas, how would you grade this year's Survivor Series War Games amongst the pantheons of War Games from the past? Let me go to the villain of the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast, your boy LP.
I think the pay-per-view itself, I would give it between like a C plus or a B minus, but just because of just because of what happened, you got to give it an A. I mean, you had two of the biggest returns that people have been waiting for a good minute. And the matches themselves, the matches was good. I think the only match I didn't care about was the Santos, because that was a thrown together match. Even if it was being Carlito, that could have been in the pre-show. I wouldn't have gave a damn about that. But I think the women's match, the men's match, I think everything was good. And you said nobody saw CM Punk coming. I've been saying it for a while now. Check the damn archives. Yeah, I've been saying CM Punk was coming back. We'll get more into that when we get in it. But I give it an A just because of everything that happened with the pay-per-view.
Yeah, man. Actually, this is the highest grossing Survivor Series of all time. It's kind of something to be said about that. Mr. Everything, how would you grade this year's Survivor Series War Games?
Definitely give it an A. A little bit closer to a B. I mean, they could have stepped up some of the matches. Um, the Miz and Gunther was a really good one. Miz really went out there and showed off. I agree with LP in terms of um, Santos Escobar and Dragon Lee. It was not what was expected in terms of that match. I was expecting some really fast, high flying flips and dips and craziness, and they just didn't do it. But I understand why. You know, Escobar is kind of changing gears in terms of how he's approaching everything in terms of his matches. But the women's War Games was really good. The men's War Games is great. It was good to see Randy Orton back and doing what Randy Orton does and hit people with the most dangerous 3 letters in all of sports and entertainment, the RKO.
Oh man, yeah, definitely. I like your take on it. I think this one is going to have to get an A from me, and just because of the sheer magnitude of some of the things that actually happened. A lot of people compare it to hell freezing over. Couple of things. The men's Survivor Series match was really good. I think I really enjoyed it. I more so enjoyed it at the end when your boy Randy Orton came in and the crowd went absolutely nuts. We didn't know if Randy Orton was going to show up or not. A lot of people were chanting CM Punk because they thought CM Punk was going to possibly come into the match instead of Randy Orton. I thought that might have happened for a small fraction of the time. But Randy Orton came in Randy Orton fashion, man, he really just took over everything. And he looked like an absolute assassin. I 100% believe that if Randy Orton was not wrestling, that he would be an international spy snapping necks and sniping people from 200 miles away. 200 miles away. I 100% believe that. He looked jacked. I looked at Randy. I never knew that Randy was that big. I knew he was tall. He's about what 6'2", 6'3". But compared to everybody else in that ring, Randy looked like an absolute monster. And I'm like, wow, he looks good. Not I'm like, I can only aspire to having a body like that. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to build a wrestler on WWE 2K24, I think it's probably going to be the next one. You absolutely build a wrestler like Randy Orton or a Batista. Like me, I'm building a big guy. I'm usually going for a Batista style body, Randy Orton style body. But Randy looked huge compared to everybody else in that ring, man. And he did not miss a beat. And I think that when he came in, a lot of wrestlers kind of have that feeling like, man, do I still got it? Did I skip a step? Mr. Everything, I want to get into the mind and the psyche of a wrestler because you are a wrestler, so one of the best in a lot of circles. You know what I'm saying? Actually voted one of the best black wrestlers in the country. Mr. Everything, can you give us some insight to how it is to come back after an injury and wrestle for the first time, man? What is that feeling like? And what goes through your mind as a wrestler and entertainer while you're performing?
Yeah, man. I mean, as someone who has been through several injuries, the most greatest injury was my neck injury. You do happen to kind of second guess yourself and have that, okay, can I still do this? Am I going to fall incorrectly? Or am I going to fall the right way? And then that be it. Like, there's a lot of things that goes through your mind. It's with the injury like Randy Orton sustained with his back and, the whole story of all the RKOs he's done and his career has kind of tore his back up. And, is an injury like he sustained, an injury like a neck injury is two of the most dangerous ones for a professional wrestler because, we have to fall a lot. We got to take all those bumps, and everything that we do in terms of professional wrestling is mostly our back and neck. So it's a lot that goes through your mind, especially when you get in there and you want to make sure that whoever you're in the ring with is going to take care of you. It's not going to go out there and try to do nothing crazy. And of course, you don't want to do nothing crazy. But with a match like War Games, you there's no room for error, and there's no room for to say, I'm not doing nothing crazy. Like that's one of those matches where you expect to do some really bananas and bizarre type stuff. You got kendo sticks, you got all kinds of weapons involved in that. So there's a lot that goes through your mind. There's a lot of training that you go through to prepare yourself, but nothing really prepares you in terms of training and rehabilitation as much as actually getting out there, because there's so much going through this. There's the adrenaline, there's the reaction of the fans. I mean, they really blew that roof off when Randy Orton's music hit, and that really sets in you. Like the first time I actually made it back to a ring and a crowd went crazy, I just kind of stood there and had to take it in. And it's like, okay, let me stay in character. Let me stay ready for what's getting ready to happen. Let me make sure that I can still go out there and perform and give them what they're giving me. Randy Orton's mindset is like, you guys are giving me all this energy, all this ovation, all this love. I got to give it back to you. I got to perform at my top, better than what I was before. And that's the biggest thing, is coming back better than you was before. You never want to come back feeling like you're still doing the same old thing. You're moving the same old way. When you come back from an injury, your mindset is like, I want to do things 10 times, 20 times, 1,000 times better than what I did before the injury. So congrats to Randy Orton for coming back, going out there and giving those 8 RKOs like it ain't nothing. Never missed a beat, and it's good to see him. And I'm excited to see what he's going to do next.
Yeah, man, I'm actually very excited to see what they do with Randy Orton, man. But in a lot of ways, this can be a PR nightmare for a smaller company, right? Because now you have all of these top guys in the company again. Now we just mentioned, I know on the last podcast, LP, you was talking about who are the stars in WWE. You know what I'm saying? Who are the ones that really transcend wrestling and that people are talking about? And I think that these 3 returns to me, but we're going to just mention right now the return of CM Punk and the return of Randy Orton. These are 2 guys who have put in miles on the circuits, man, both in the real world and in the wrestling world as well. You know what I'm saying? So Randy Orton and CM Punk, I wonder if they're going to be on the same show. I wonder if they're going to run into each other. I wonder if they're going to have a match. I would love to see that, to be honest with you. Randy Orton versus CM Punk. But
have they ever had a match before? I don't think they've ever had a match before.
I don't know. LP, have they had a match before?
Not that I remember, unless they had it that small time frame when I wasn't watching wrestling. When CM Punk was kind of with Paul Heyman and all that, whatever year around that time, I really wasn't watching wrestling like that.
Yeah.
Unless it happened, I don't think so.
Okay. I would like to see them now. They're both veterans in the game, man, and I would love to see them do a matchup. And my question is, how is CM Punk's wrestling style going to be now that he's in WWE? Is he going to change his wrestling style from the way he wrestled in AEW, or is he going to wrestle a little bit more safe than he did, or is he going to try to put on some absolute slobber knocker banger bloody matches here in WWE? Let me ask that question to Mr. Everything.
I think CM Punk is going to come in and he's going to change the game just a little bit, not too much, because he does walk around with the whole ideal of being the best in the world. So whenever he steps in the ring, he's got to show why he walks around saying he's the best in the world. Seth Rollins is one of the greatest in the world. Randy Orton is one of the most, greatest in the world. So once he have these type of matches with these guys, he's really got to step it up. He really didn't do much in AEW for people to be like, yo, that was a really great CM Punk match. And he had free range to do a lot more than what he would do at WWE. So it remains to be seen exactly what he's going to be capable of doing and what he's going to be willing to do and what they will allow him to do. But I did find a match between CM Punk and Randy Orton. They did have a match on Monday Night Raw, July 8th, 2013. So they did have had a couple of matches before.
I really wasn't really watching wrestling around that time. Yeah. I think around the CM Punk Reign kind of era, I was not watching the product, man. And I don't know what turned me off about it. I don't know. I think things just kind of got stale. And I don't know, real life took over, I guess. But it's just at that time I wasn't really interested in a champion of CM Punk. I don't know. At that time, that's how I felt. Now, if CM Punk goes full belt now, how will I feel about it? Well, I don't know. I'm gonna see what kind of storylines they give for Punk, man. If he can actually, really take things to another level. You know what I mean? And the thing that's in most people's mind is CM Punk going to challenge the head of the table, Roman?
Let's discuss that really quick. The Bloodline, it has to be the most talked about faction in all of WWE. Everybody's talking about the Bloodline. Randy Orton made his comments about the Bloodline. Cody Rhodes still has problems with the Bloodline. Drew McIntyre. Everybody has issues with the Bloodline. And what's funny is Jey Uso is in the mix of all of this. But what's even worse is that the Bloodline don't even have a storyline going on right now. They're not even doing anything. Solo Sikoa, he did his thing with John Cena. Jimmy Uso is just is trying to figure out whether he's allowed to say yeet or not. And then Roman Reigns is doing whatever he's doing. So they're keeping the Bloodline relevant just by talks, which is very interesting because it's gonna make a big dynamic of who is actually going to take Roman Reigns down when it comes time for him to lose that belt, whether it's WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, whenever. But it makes a big storyline because you have all these different entities that are involved in this and wrapped up in this whole package of the Bloodline. Now you have Randy Orton involved in it. Will CM Punk be involved in it in some kind of way? Remains to be seen. But I don't really see you bringing CM Punk to chase Gunther type of deal. You got to bring him back to kind of really push him towards something pretty big.
Now, you know what? To be honest with you, that will be his biggest challenge if he was brave enough to do that. And to be honest with you, Gunther Roman Reigns is something different. He's really unattainable. I'm gonna have to say. To me, to be honest with you, CM Punk is not even a threat to Roman. To me. Roman has done things in this business that no other wrestler has done. Look, I can't say, well, yeah, I can say that. Honestly, he's done things that no other wrestler has done. I don't see CM Punk as a threat. I see Randy Orton more of a threat than I do CM Punk. Maybe I'm crazy. I know a lot of people don't believe. I'm not a CM Punk fan. I just go off of what I see from him. And granted, he is one of the best on the mic. He can go in the ring. But I kind of look at him like I look at Edge. The way he moves ain't smooth like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's really not. The way he moves in the ring, it's not like, I don't know how many CM Punk matches I can actually sit through and watch. If I had to watch a best of CM Punk, I don't know if I could sit through 20 matches of CM Punk.
Depends on who the matches are.
I don't care who the match is with. I'm just being honest. And I'm not being mean. And I'm happy that he's back, but he got a Jey Uso situation. He got a lot to prove to a lot of people, and if he think he don't, he dead wrong.
I wouldn't say he got a lot to prove. I mean, the thing
you don't
is,
think he got a lot to prove after coming back after talking shit about the company, about burying the company on numerous occasions.
It don't matter.
Going to another company, getting fired, then coming crawling back to the WWE in the name of money.
WWE, if they was doing so great and they didn't need CM Punk, they wouldn't have been busting their ass trying to get CM Punk. That's number one. So you can say what you want to about CM Punk. CM Punk is just like I said before, he's a high commodity. The moment he was in AEW, you knew he was going to WWE. That's why everybody's shocked. I was not shocked at all. And the whole thing was Seth. I've been watching wrestling for 45 years. I know a work when I see a work. The moment Seth Rollins started name dropping CM Punk at that interview, when Seth Rollins name dropped CM Punk, if you didn't know CM Punk was coming to the WWE, you're crazy, because that was the moment you knew he was coming to the WWE. And ever since then, they've been planting little seeds the whole entire time. So if the first belt that CM Punk is going to get is going to be Seth's belt. Because if you're paying attention, Seth is already about to go heel. And for whatever reason, maybe they're going to make Punk a face, which I think both of them are better as heels. I don't like Punk as a face, but Seth is better as a heel. But you can clearly see the fans, which the WWE fans are the most wishy-washy fans I've ever seen in my life. They've been singing Seth's song nonstop forever, and now CM Punk back, and all of a sudden, y'all flipping and trying to give it to CM Punk. CM Punk, and then another thing too, nobody is talking about. If you think CM Punk is going to be a full-time wrestler, you're out your damn mind. Roman is part-time. You think he don't see that? Brock is part-time. You think he don't see that? Logan Paul just won the belt, and damn, until I see different, he's part-time. These are three of the biggest stars the company has, right? Three of the biggest stars. They're part-time. You think Punk is about to come in and start wrestling every damn Monday, Thursday in a pay-per-view? Get the hell out of here. CM Punk instead is about the money. He's going to wrestle, but he's going to wrestle on a part-time basis. Whoever it is, they're going to start building, which is obviously Seth. It's not Roman. Don't nobody want to see, that reaction that they put out. So, first of all, Mr. Everything, you're a wrestler. Brian, you're a black man. I'm a black man. If I want to fight somebody, you know who can't hold me back? Michael Cole. Michael Cole was holding Seth Rollins back. Get the fuck out of here. They talk about Michael Cole had to hold him. Michael Cole and Corey Graves had to hold him back. Man, y'all get caught up in the moment. I get caught up in the moment, but I be looking at shit like Michael Cole. I would whoop Michael Cole ass. Now he couldn't stop me from fighting no damn body. Get out of here! Get out of here! You trying to tell me? Are y'all gonna say y'all want to fight somebody? Michael Cole in a suit with dress shoes on will be able to hold y'all, man, because you want to get there. Come on, man. Y'all know. I know.
You got to think about your money, though. You got to think about your money.
Man, stop.
You go there, you get a fine, you get suspended.
Michael Cole got him by himself. Michael Cole holding him by himself. Stop it.
Hey, listen. Michael Cole is undefeated at WrestleMania. Don't sleep on that, man.
Yo, like I said, I get it, but let's not. I be feeling like I'm crazy sometimes when I see people. I like getting excited and hype, but I know it work when I see it, and they've been working on this for a very long time, and that is where he's headed. A lot of people don't even want Seth to have the belt. A lot of people are saying Seth should have lost the belt a long time ago. Should CM Punk be the one to take the belt from him? Yeah, but you guys do know CM Punk also has a belt that he never lost. I don't know if they're gonna put that into play because you remember he was teasing like he was gonna bring it over to AEW, but he pulled out another belt from that belt that he was supposed to left with or whatever. So CM Punk is only gonna fight for gold. He's not gonna fight Gunther. If now Randy, I can see them pushing Randy toward Gunther. CM Punk, no. CM Punk is a top star. He's not gonna go for any belt except for the main belt, and that's gonna be the first. That's gonna be the first belt he gonna go after. He's not gonna. I doubt he have any other matches. I think they'll be doing a lot of talking and building up. Who he gonna have a match with? I'm pretty sure he gonna be on Raw. Who he gonna have a match with on Raw that really gonna matter? Well, other than Cody, and they already. Shinsuke already done going after Cody. So Cody got another side quest.
Side quest king.
Yeah, I'm convinced that Cody is going to be the one to beat Roman. I'm truly convinced. It's just going to be a long damn time, but they'll start building that story, closer to WrestleMania. But yeah, CM Punk is about to go after Seth, and if Randy go after anybody, outside of the whatever they're gonna have with a Judgment Day, I really think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Gunther, or he gonna fight Damian Priest for the Money in the Bank. I mean, that's another route they could go because I think Damian Priest is gonna lose that Money in the Bank because he almost done cast it in like 8 times. So I can see somebody talking him into a challenge or something, and he gonna lose that Money in the Bank. I don't. That's just me.
Nah. I think Damian Priest is gonna get a belt around his waist.
Yeah. Let's go out to the Best Damn Nation, man, and see what some of the fans are saying. We got a comment from Facebook saying Randy is more of a threat to Seth Rollins than CM Punk. I can see there's a strong argument for that. There's a strong argument for that.
Randy has already stated that his tunnel vision is the bloodline, so we can go ahead and cancel that out unless something crazy happens. Nah, like LP said, the only thing I see happening really is CM Punk and Seth Rollins because they already then planted that seed. Randy Orton's got his mindset on the bloodline, which could end up being a match between him and Jey Uso type of deal, which will cause some friction within the guys that are kind of together in terms of like Jey Uso, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn and CM Punk would be good. I ain't gonna hold you.
I think Sami Zayn would give CM Punk a run for his money.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying that Sami Zayn is going to win, but I said that Sami Zayn would definitely push CM Punk to his level because CM Punk is going to underestimate Sami Zayn like most people do. And
what's going to happen? Sami Zayn is going to go through a change pretty soon. I don't know if you guys caught it or you were listening. Michael Cole referenced his old gimmick, El Generico, during the paper.
Man, don't nobody want to see that. If he put on a mask, I'm gonna be so upset.
I don't see him putting on a mask. But in terms of his persona being more, doing all the crazy stuff that he used to do as El Generico, could happen. Sami Zayn is moving a lot more fluid than what he used to. He would do a lot of, some really good ground and pound stuff, but he's starting to show that, I'm athletic. I can do some flips and craziness now. So he's getting ready to go through a change.
I can see that 100%. Let's go back out to the Best Damn Nation, man. We got another comment here. It says random, but CM Punk versus L.A. Knight. Yeah.
No.
You guys want to see that? Is that something that you might be interested in?
That would only hurt LA Knight. Like, that's why I think CM Punk will be on Raw. They try if they finally started pushing LA Knight, which they still haven't gave him the full push, but they still kind of pushing him versus CM Punk. It's not like the Miz. CM Punk is not the Miz. CM Punk not letting nobody come up over him to get status like the Miz is willing to do. Nah, see, CM Punk is belt or nothing. I'm telling you guys, his first. I will be surprised if his first match is not for the title. Like, Punk is not coming back to wrestle the Brawling Brutes. He's not. He's not. Just like I don't see Randy. See, with Randy, I can see Randy wrestling different people like that because
Randy is the company man. Randy is a loyalist.
But
you know,
but I will say this: I think we all know Randy ain't got but so much in the tank. I love me some Randy, but if we thinking Randy about to do 10 more years, you're fooling your damn self. So just like they should have did with Edge, they should have gave Edge that belt at least one more time, and they didn't. That's probably one of the reasons why he left. But they need to go ahead. Right now, WWE is stacked. They already been stacked, but you add CM Punk, Randy coming back, Drew McIntyre, whatever he got going on. I'm like, you still got Sammy coming up. You got all these other guys coming up. So you got to start doing something for these other guys. They got Bobby Lashley over here, not knowing nothing really. Like, and they have that Unleash the Beast. They got him playing over here with this whole tag team belt. They got too many wrestlers right now that they gotta start. They gotta start doing stuff. Everybody talking about over there at AEW that your boy trying to get fired. What's the Hispanic guy name that's married to Charlotte?
Andrade.
Yeah. Everybody saying Andrade or Alec Black, whatever his damn name is. Some of them not happy at AEW, but the thing is, these guys got fired. Like, just because CM Punk came back, don't mean who the hell want y'all back? Like, really, Malachi Black coming back. You think the crowd going? No, we ain't gonna give a damn. Like, get that AEW. Okay. Is the arena gonna explode? Hell no.
Depends on where he goes. If he
hell no.
They send him back to NXT, yeah, they're gonna lose that money. He goes to NXT, he's gonna lose that money.
Back to developmental. Maybe they can
call it NXT developmental.
Now that's the way they get it. Now that's the way they can build that's the way they can build NXT up if they brought them guys back and left them on NXT, because they definitely couldn't do nothing on main roster. Like, they could build NXT up with these if they were to bring these stars back. But they fired these guys for a reason. And don't think WWE is not finished firing people. Everything getting quiet, but it's gonna come out of the blue. It's gonna come out of the blue again, and there's gonna be some more firing, and everybody's gonna be all shocked. They did it one time. You think that's it? Nah. They still got some. Cedric Alexander is they got some people in the back that still be probably.
Man, why you gonna do Sid like that, man? I'm gonna give praise, because I don't know if we did it on the last shows, but the Cedric Alexander and Dragon Lee matches on what was that, on SmackDown? Man, those were some of the greatest matches that I've seen from Cedric Alexander. I think he really showed his value, and I'm not sure why he's not on TV more and in more matches, man. But I thought that they did great, and Ced did a great job of bringing up Dragon Lee to the point that Dragon Lee already had his first pay-per-view to stand in for LWO member Carlito when he was attacked by Santos Escobar. He stepped in and they put on a great match. And you mentioned the styles, Mr. Everything, and you wanted to see the style more flippy. I expected that too, but when I saw it, I was like, I know what Santos is doing. He changed the style. He had more of an American wrestling style with a loose lucha presence, and that allowed him to be more of a heel, you know what I'm saying, and have more of a presence other than what people were expecting. So when he changed the style, I was like, okay, heel Santos ain't doing all the flippy floppy. He'll do some just so that he can still do it, but his pure intention was to do damage to Dragon Lee. And when he ripped half his mask off, I was like, "Ooh, disrespectful." He ripped the boy mask a little bit, and I'm like, man, he going for it. So I saw that he had a more stoic darker presence and energy about him, and he went back to the Santos of old. You know what I'm saying? Legado del Fantasma. That Santos was an absolute assassin. And so if he's going back to that, I think, to be honest, and I saw this online, but I kind of agree with it. Santos is what the WWE kind of wanted to do with Andrade. I see a lot of similarities in the handling of Santos and how they handle Andrade. You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing about it, they put Selena Vega with both of them.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought they were the same people for a while. I ain't gonna lie. I literally thought they were the same people. Because when they started pushing him, I was like, didn't they fire him? But I was like, oh shoot, that ain't the same. But
Yeah,
my bad.
same treatment, man. He, you know what I'm saying? But I think that Selena Vega is a great manager. So even if Santos is not in the LWO, I think that they can still maintain a babyface presence, even with a Carlito and the other two members of the LWO. Let's talk about this women's War Games match real quick, fellas. We had Bianca, Charlotte, Shotzi, and Becky versus Damage Control, which was Bayley, Asuka, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane. Did you guys enjoy this match? Actually, this match really set the whole mood and tone of the whole War Games thing. And actually, they said that this was probably one of the highest or most watched women's War Games match in history. So let's talk about it. Mr. Everything, did you enjoy the women's War Game match?
I honestly expected a little bit more of a betrayal on Bayley, but I see what they did with her. I see they made her the sacrificial lamb in terms of this match. Like, she just threw herself into all kinds of things to make it look like she is an asset to the team. And I think that's where they're going to go in terms of making her seem like she's still the leader, but she really isn't. But now she's trying to prove that she can still stay in the team, still stay in the group. So she's fighting to keep her spot, or a spot at this point. But yeah, it was good. It was good. A couple of spots was kind of like, all right, you're taking a little bit too long to do this, and then they're just standing looking like Io Sky doing the jump off the top of the cage with the garbage can. It's really cool to see, but it takes a long time to do, and it just looked dumb for everybody just standing there like.
Set up too long.
That just annoys me to no end. So, but other than that, the ladies went out there. Shotzi is annoying. Shotzi is annoying. She just. I get her gimmick is a little eccentric, so she's supposed to be all over the place, but get out the way sometimes. Like, you're just in the way.
She gives me Nikki Cross vibes, bro. And how Nikki Cross used to act, you know what I'm saying? Really hyper, really dark, and really ready to fight. It's the same kind of energy, and it's super crazy. I don't know if she's trying to scare people with that or convince people that she's in.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I think with Shotzi, she makes it hard for everybody to kind of respond to her. If you watch how she kind of did her little thing during the SmackDown last week, everybody kind of stood and looked at her like, "What are you talking about?" Even Charlotte was like, "Yeah,
whatever she said."
Yeah, with that, like, she didn't know how to respond, and that just kind of it bothers me, because I'm like, yo, y'all supposed to be able to respond to any and everything. If someone runs into the ring and jumps on you, you're supposed to be able to respond to it. So Shotzi is just a little all over the place. But go ahead, continue what you were saying about her giving the Nikki Cross vibes.
Yeah, she gives me really Nikki Cross vibes, man. She just reminds me of the dark kind of hyper personality and kind of annoying. Nikki Cross, I don't know what she's doing right now. She's just out of it. I don't even know what they trying to set up with what she's doing, but that's what Shotzi is doing, man. Let me go back out to the Best Damn Nation. We got another comment. It says Bailey carried the match. I 100% agree that Bailey has been carrying SmackDown's women's division for quite some time, whether people want to believe it or not. Bailey has been she's been holding down the spot for the women, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to give the girl her credit, man. And she put up a killer squad at War Games, although they did come up short. I mean, it was a great showing. And, we still feel like possibly Bailey is going to get kicked out of Damage Control. Definitely getting those five. But maybe Bailey should be on her own. Maybe Bailey should step out and be the Bailey who we all suspect that she can be. You know what I'm saying? But right now, SmackDown has a lot of women stars that are kind of muttering in the mid-card kind of vague. You know what I'm saying? Like Charlotte. What Charlotte's kind of floating around? Why are you even? She should do more. Bianca is kind of floundering. She should do more.
That's
They
kind of
brought
good.
Becky over. For what reason did Becky have to come over? You can't use the women that's already there.
Becky's a bigger star than the other women.
Yeah. It is in the story behind Becky, Charlotte, and Bailey's is the bigger thing.
Yeah. I mean, even Shotzi was thrown in there. They really could have put any female in her spot. I was surprised. Liv Morgan, if she hurt, they could have easily just threw Liv Morgan in there, and they would have got a better response than Shotzi. Like maybe she hurt, but yeah, Becky. Without Becky, I think the whole Becky and Charlotte on the same team kind of thing that's kind of spiced it up a little bit.
Let's talk about that moment. Let's talk about that moment when they had some, friction within the night before and then in the match. And then they had a moment where they looked at each other and they kind of rejoiced and then they hugged each other. I think that was a long time going and that was great storytelling within that match. How did you guys feel about that moment? Go ahead, LP.
I thought it was cool. I kind of saw it coming eventually, but I think it worked because they did it first. It seemed like they were going to do that with Seth Rollins and Cody with the whole bell thing or whatever. But I was like, I hope they ain't gonna do that 2 times in the same match. I mean, in the same pay-per-view, which they kind of almost did. But I think that Becky and Charlotte thing was cool. To be honest, I would like Becky, Charlotte, and Bianca. And maybe I would like them to kind of be like a little squad. I mean, we're never gonna get the 4 horsewomen. I don't think we ever will because it seems like somebody always gonna be missing. And when they got a chance to do it, they don't do it. Why I don't know. I think probably because of too many stars. That you put those horsewomen together now, who's gonna be the leader? Who's gonna be the main person? All of them have become too big of stars for them to ever do it. But it would be nice to see because you take Bailey out of Damage Control, that's it for Damage Control. Damage Control will still be a little group, but Bailey is Damage Control. Like, let's be honest. You take her out of the mix, who is Damage Control without Bailey? You got a champion nobody cares about. Let's be honest. Most people don't even know EL, whatever. Go get on her, she even got the belt. Like she brings nothing to this title right here. You got old girl, she hurt. She seemed like she stayed hurt. Every time I look, she damn hurt. What's her name?
Dakota Kai.
Yeah, she always hurt. That's Damage Control. You can't throw Asuka in Damage Control. Asuka's better all by herself. So, and I don't want to see Bailey as a face. I don't want her coming back with the hugs and the damn fucking whirly things and no. Bailey is better as a heel. I know it probably seems like I like everybody to be a heel, but a lot of these people are better heels. Let me know if I said anybody that I said is a better heel. Randy, better heel. Edge, better heel. Seth, better heel. Becky, Finn Balor. A lot of these wrestlers are better as heels, and I think that's a problem too because everybody's a great heel, and everybody is a good face anymore.
Let me ask you guys a question, and this is an interesting question. Do you think the era of the babyface good guy is dead? Because you just mentioned that a lot of the people who are baby faces now are really not true baby faces. They muddled and walked the line between baby face and heel, and to the point where you don't really know who that person is. But that's life and that's people, right? That's how you translate that to real life. Some people do walk that fine line, and it's not black and white with them. You know what I'm saying? They might have done some bad things, but they're not a bad person. And then you have some other people who are bad people that just do bad things, and they don't want to do good things. And they just who they are. They don't care. And then you have people who are actually really good people. You know what I'm saying? So you have different factors of different personalities in some of these characters, right? So I don't really see any, especially men. I don't see any male wrestlers right now as true baby faces. Am I wrong in saying that? Let me throw that around in the room. Let me start with Mr. Everything.
Oh no, you're not wrong. One of the biggest things that Vince McMahon would always say is no one's 100% evil, no one's 100% good. That's why it was so easy for people like Stone Cold to get over either way, whether he was a heel or babyface. It was easy for him to get over because it's relatable. No one can really relate to Superman anymore until Superman started doing some really crazy stuff. No one really relates to Batman. They relate to the Joker because no one believes that the Joker is the bad guy. So there's no room for really I'm just blue collar, love me, and that's all type of baby face. You got to have some type of darkness to you. You got to have some type of aggression, because if not, then you'll just be pushed around.
That's interesting. LP, what are your thoughts on that, my friend?
Yeah, I think you got a couple of pure baby faces right now. I think right now, Sammy, Cody, and you got a handful of them that I feel like is like, old school baby face. But I think everybody likes a little bit of edge, and no pun intended. Just a little bit of edge to the character. Because just like even Mr. Everything just referenced Superman. A lot of people think Superman is boring. I mean, you're super strong, you're a Boy Scout. Wolverine is cooler. The Punisher is cooler. Like everybody like a little edge. So that's why some of these people, if they kind of go face, they need to be like a Stone Cold. Or I've said it many times before, I've never thought The Undertaker was a heel or face. I think sometimes he's been a clear heel, but I ain't never looked at The Undertaker as a pure face. Even when the fans were cheering him as the American Badass, he's still beating people's asses in bathrooms. Like, The Undertaker is a prime example. Has there ever really been a face Undertaker? Like, that's a good comment. Maybe somebody can really break it down and tell me. Because anytime you tell me The Undertaker was a face, I'm gonna give you something he did during that time that wasn't a face kind of guy. I think The Undertaker is probably the only character in history that has never been a full face. Correct me if I'm wrong. If we want to throw somebody else out, even Stone Cold was he'll be the close second between him and Stone Cold. But hands down, The Undertaker has never been. I want to say Brock might be on that. Brock might be teetering that line too. Now that I think about it, it's only a couple. I probably say them.
Shawn Michaels, Triple H, all of them. Nobody actually was like a full blue collar, straight down the line babyface. They all have some type of kind of aggression. Even like it's like Triple H and Shawn Michaels during the DX era. They had us walking around saying "suck it." How How good is that? You know, how
First
much
of
of a
all,
big
they
factor is
had every young boy between the age of 9 till I would say to about 18, telling people to suck it. You know how many people got in trouble in school for doing the big ass crotch chop? Huh?
One of them.
I was one of them. You know what I'm saying? That was the interesting time in wrestling. And you're right. That was some very bad boy heel thing to do and say, and it was almost a shock and no kind of thing. But when we think about some of the greatest baby faces in history, man, it's kind of really hard. Like, okay, when I think of a baby face, I'm thinking like Ricky Steamboat, and I'm pretty sure he had some stints where he was a heel. But to me, Ricky Steamboat has always been a baby face.
Mhm.
Who else? I'm trying to think.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I don't never remember him being no damn heel.
Nope.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan, man. He was a great baby face. Bob Backlund to me. Bob, even he was crazy as hell, but he was a baby face guy to me.
Come
You know
on
what
now.
I'm saying?
Bob Backlund as a baby face.
To me, he was insane, but he was. I don't think of him in a negative light. I do remember him putting that crossface chicken wing on people, and they struggling.
He put that thing on everybody. He put that thing on everybody. He didn't care who it was.
But yeah, it's not a lot of pure baby faces where they stayed baby faces their whole career, except for Rey Mysterio. And I know he had a period of time where, you know, maskless Ray right before he came into WWE. But when he came in WWE, man, he's always been a babyface since the time he stepped foot in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the women, they usually become breakout stars once they go over to the dark side from being a pure babyface type character. I.e., Charlotte had her breakout moment when she turned heel. Bayley had her breakout moment when she turned heel. Bayley was already talked about, but she had her breakout moment when she went and cut down the little floating dudes. You know that? When she cut them down, yeah. When she cut the little floaties down, yeah, that was her breakout moment. You know what I'm saying? So every major star that we've seen, Rhea had her breakout moment when she turned to a heel character, and then she joined Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
Rhea is undeniable. Before then, Rhea was champion. She was NXT Women's Champion. She became Women's Champion. Her reign as Women's Champion during that point of time was nothing to talk about. It was really boring. And then she became Tag Team Women's Champion. And then that kind of floundered. And then she really didn't have a space until she joined Judgment Day. And then she became the most powerful figure in sports entertainment.
Yeah, but her reign now, they're not doing anything for her reign. Like, haven't heard, like, who did she fight at the pay-per-view? I don't even remember.
She fought Zoe Starks. Zoe Starks. We got to talk about that real quick. Zoe Starks versus Rhea Ripley match was really good. It was really hard hitting, and Zoe showed that she belongs at the top of the card. But unfortunately, she failed to mommy. So go ahead.
You know, did anybody really think Zoe Starks was gonna win that match at any given time? Because I didn't.
No, she didn't have. She didn't have enough momentum behind her.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Every match that Rhea has had, have y'all ever thought she was gonna lose? I haven't, not once. Since she won the belt, until Charlotte or Bianca or somebody else steps her way, I don't have no fear of her losing the belt. And she done beat everybody over there. I mean, I thought at least was gonna push Nia Jax and making some kind of threat, but they're not even doing that right now. I mean, even that what is that 4-way or whatever they had at the one pay-per-view, I thought she was going. They could have made her lose it then by not losing. I thought they were going to do that then. But y'all got Nia Jax over here. She should be a contender. Rhea should not be able to run over Nia Jax like she does all these other people. So I don't know. They really got to do better with the females, because actually, I personally feel like they got to do better with every single belt, with the exception. Since we want to talk about heels, I know Chef ain't here. I just want to make one thing clear. Y'all can disagree if you feel like disagreeing. A lot of people say that Roman never wins a match straight up. He always gets help, right? So people often say it's because he's a heel. That's what heels do. Blah, 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 right? Typically, heels get help. My man Gunther, is he not a heel? Because he damn sure ain't a face. How many matches have this man won? He don't even got the boys out there with him no more. He out there winning matches by himself. Gunther, to me, Gunther is the best champion that WWE has, period. It's not Roman. I'm never going to say it's Roman. All the other belts are wishy-washy, or they're not even defending it. That match with The Miz was good, but I knew The Miz was not going to beat no damn Gunther. No. It was a chance. They could have went that way with it, and I would have been okay because I like The Miz. But that's why I think it got to be somebody like Randy, because who's left? Gunther is beating these guys straight up without no help. He's the damn. People don't want to give him his damn credit. Like, what else who else could he beat outside of somebody who that recently brought, or somebody from NXT, or somebody else like right now? He's the measuring stick when it comes to that. He's probably the greatest Intercontinental champion of all time. That could be debatable, be argued. But
The Miz? You talking about The Miz, or you talking about Gunther?
I mean, I'm about Gunther. It could be
debatable. It's debatable. It's arguable with The Miz.
It's an argument that anybody can have, but that guy as a heel winning straight up, like match after match after match, and hell of a matches. It ain't no, he ain't ran through nobody, because quite a few people have gave him a run. But like, you got to give him his damn respect, man. He is not getting the respect he deserves. Like, I thought they were gonna push him out the Royal Rumble, and apparently they didn't, because we are going to another Royal Rumble. I think he might win this Royal Rumble, and that's when they're gonna change. I see him losing the belt at the Royal Rumble, getting in the Royal Rumble, and winning it. But I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I guess we'll see, man. I think that the true measuring stick in WWE right now, when it comes to wrestling and facing a true gladiator and champion, when it comes to the belts, is Gunther. I feel like if CM Punk, if Cody, or if Jey Uso wants to test the waters with a legit champion where they can still get credentials off of winning, it's absolutely Gunther. I don't know why they have been avoiding Cody Rhodes versus Gunther. I don't know why they've been now you have Randy Orton versus Gunther, which I'm very interested in, more than Randy versus Seth Rollins, more than CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Like, Gunther is the measuring stick in the WWE when it comes to champions to me. And then Roman is unattainable. He's not untouchable. He's just unattainable.
That's bad writing. That ain't because he's great.
I just say he's unattainable. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he ain't there, he can't defend this belt. If he ain't there, he can't get a whole bunch of new challenges and new storylines. If he's not present, then, you have to rely on the champions that people see. And I don't know when's the next time Roman is going to have a match, or if he's even intrigued by the fact that Randy Orton, R-Truth, and CM Punk have returned to the WWE. And if you want some real competition, then put your boy R-Truth in there. I don't want to see CM Punk. I don't want to see Randy. If Roman Reigns want real competition, put R-Truth in the match. for the Royal Rumble.
I mean, if they pushed it. I mean, of course, he's not gonna beat Roman for the belt, but they could make that. Like they can make that very. R-Truth is entertaining enough that people would be invested into that.
You know what? I think that if Roman really wanted to put more heat on himself, I think that he absolutely should challenge R-Truth. And it'll be so entertaining. I think I'll be more involved in that because it'll be entertaining, but it'll also have the element of like a Kofi Mania or the side quest storylines that Cody is having right now. Can the little guy or can the old veteran hang with the current Gladiator champion? You know what I'm saying?
I don't get why people don't have more than one match against Roman. Like these guys will have a match, and that's it.
They took out that rematch clause a couple years back.
I mean, yeah,
they
but
messed up everything.
Even without the rematch clause, it's just good storytelling. Like him and KO should have had another match at least. But like soon as they get done with Roman,
they had 3 matches already.
I remember the only match I remember was the one with the handcuffs or whatever. I don't remember the other matches.
They had a couple matches. KO and Roman. When Roman was first had his run with the belt, KO was just the major challenger. And he had like at least 2-3 shots, major challenges. And the bloodline at that time was too strong. See, people throwing shots at the bloodline because the bloodline is weak right now. They think the bloodline is weak. They
They are weak. I think somebody about to show up. That's going to spice it up. But if you really look at
they're going to add more members, man. I think they're going to add a female presence because they already got Paul Heyman up there talking to The Rock's daughter. And then if they want to really add a badass, they would go ahead and pick up Nia and stop playing.
I don't think they care about the women for. I think what's face is it Umaga's son or whoever the other guys out there. I think that's who's gonna. I think that's who they're gonna bring because the bloodline is weak right now. It's 2 people. I'm supposed to be afraid of Solo and Jimmy. No. So the name, the bloodline still got heat. That's why, like what Mr. Everything said earlier, they're keeping the name going for people don't forget about them, but they're not doing nothing. Like the bloodline is not popping right now. So until they bring something back or have Roman come back, they got to keep on, at least with Jay always bring up the bloodline. You know, they're going to keep on bringing it up, but like the bloodline's kind of getting low. So if they're going to bring it back, they got to bring it back because Jimmy and Solo and Paul Heyman, that's not the bloodline. Like that's not, to me, without Roman there, it's not really a bloodline. And who, like you said, who the hell know when Roman going to show back up? Maybe WrestleMania will be the next time he show back up. So, you know, I want to ask both of y'all that question. I think it's horrible for your champ to be gone this long. Even if he ain't having a match, he'd still be on TV. How do y'all feel? Well, how do y'all feel about the long break that Roman is taking? Like not even showing up on the bench. Like if I go see the LeBron James play and he hurt, at least sit on the bench so I can look at you. Like you're the top star. People are paying money to go see. If you go to a SmackDown, you're hoping to see Roman. When I paid money to go see a SmackDown, I was hoping to see the main stars that was on that roster. I think it's a FU to the fans. Just me personally. I think it's a FU to the fans. The fact that this dude is not even there, but you guys may feel different. How do y'all feel about
it? I think that the absence of the main champion on SmackDown. Number one, it has a void on SmackDown that there are no real championships other than the women's championship. But there's right now, SmackDown does not have a champion other than Io Sky. And that is very sad. They don't have a tag team division as far as something that they can compete for as far as tag team champions. They got to wait till the Raw champions come down to SmackDown in order for them to compete. Io Sky is a part of, the damage control, and even though she has the belt, she's not really carrying it well. But Bailey is really carrying the storyline, and Bailey is the reason why Io Sky is still champion, whether people want to, believe it or not. And now Logan Paul has the championship belt, and he gone to where who knows where, rubbing his nuts all over the back of the belt. You know what I'm saying? So even though if somebody do want it, they gonna have to sanitize it because Logan Paul is wearing it naked somewhere on the island, cutting the promo on his next competitor, which we don't even know who it is because he ain't on SmackDown. So you got to wait for them to announce that Logan Paul is coming to SmackDown in order for you to even have an opponent. So now SmackDown is left championless, and they have these stars that they're trying to build in the LA Knight, and they have the whole Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits story in faction, which is doo doo right now because they're not doing nothing with it, and Street Profits just lost again. And they trying to put BFAB with I'm not sure what they trying to do with Bobby's new group. I thought it was going to be the Hurt Business 2.0, but it ain't.
Why are they keeping BFAB around anyway? Nothing against the woman, but she has never really done anything since she's been there. Why are they keeping her around?
I don't know, but I'm just counting the days till when Ashanti is. He hasn't been on TV other than complaining that B-Fab is talking about it. And I'm like, dude, you need to switch that around and you need to be talking about it. So you need to be in Bobby ear. You can maybe leverage with him like, hey, look, you a veteran. I'm a veteran. We got to stick together. Let me join you guys. You know what I'm saying? Now, if Bobby took Ashanti Adonis and B-Fab and included with them with the Street Profits and then make them a real faction, then I would be impressed. But I don't think that Bobby is that guy to do it because he doesn't have temperament for that. Now, if it was MVP and he was back in the mix, which I don't know where the hell MVP and Omos have been.
No, not at all.
Why would y'all put them together if y'all just gonna have them doing diddly squat?
It's a lot of people they doing that with. I told you guys before that they were gonna fumble Jade, and I don't care what nobody say. She ain't done nothing. How long she been there now? Damn near 2 months.
I'm okay with that because when she come out, if she comes out at the beginning of the year and she comes out during the Royal Rumble, that'll be a big interest. I would rather Jade have come out next year when she's ready and when the spotlight is all on her, than her being overshadowed by CM Punk's return, like Randy was. And I hated that. How did you guys? Let me go to that real quick. How did you guys feel at the end of the show when the music hit and it was CM Punk, right? And I want to see what you guys think. This was my initial reaction to the whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Holy smokes. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not expect that. Wow.
They were shouting his name.
Wow. They were, but I ain't expect it. Wow. Wow.
I can say I didn't expect it. I wasn't like excited. I was just more shocked than anything that he actually showed up. And then the best up part to me when it was happening, I'm like, Dad, they're gonna put him right after the match with Randy and kind of overshadow his whole return. I thought that was kind of shady. I think it's some storyline in that. How do you guys feel about that whole thing? Let me go LP.
I mean, yeah, I didn't like it myself because I felt like Randy deserved more coming back. He deserved the spotlight at the end of the show. But I understand why they did it. They didn't have a choice. It was Chicago. They know they've been sitting on CM Punk. If CM Punk would have came back in other cities, it would have popped, but it was never gonna pop like that, and like it did for Chicago. So they had to bring him back, even if they're not ready for him to do nothing yet. They had to bring him back in Chicago. They didn't have a choice. I always knew I knew Randy was gonna be there, and I knew CM Punk was gonna be there. I definitely knew CM Punk was gonna be at the end of the show though, because you couldn't have started off the show like that. You couldn't have put him in the middle, so you had to put him in. You know, you pretty much had to put him at the end. And more people are talking about CM Punk's return than they're talking about Randy's return. They're probably close, but CM Punk's return is the more shocking return for the people who thought he won't coming back. But yeah, I didn't really like how they did it, but I understood it business wise. They just didn't have a choice. CM Punk been signed with them for a while, but they had to wait to the right time to bring him back. And can you imagine they brought him back in Saudi Arabia? Saudi got a good crowd, but come on now. If they brought him back in,
they would have went insane.
Yeah, they would have brought. Let's say they brought him back in New York or somewhere else. It still would have popped, but ain't nothing like your hometown. You know, your hometown crowd is always going to be, you know, what it is. So they didn't really have a choice.
Mr. Everything, how would you feel if you was Randy Orton and it was your big return and then you were overshadowed by another wrestler that was making his return with a bigger name? Would you feel any kind of way about that?
I honestly don't really feel like he got overshadowed. I honestly feel like it was a downplay on CM Punk. Like WWE put themselves in a really bad position when they did that for several reasons. One, you have CM Punk making this return, which if you had to do it in Chicago, okay. Why not extend your stay in Chicago to Monday night? Why not do Monday Survivor Series and then do Monday Night Raw in Chicago? You know, and then you have to think about the aspect of you had CM Punk come out, and you still have everybody that's all the participants that were in the War Games is still in a daggone ring. So everything they did does not matter anymore because they're still sitting there watching all of this unfold. You know what I'm saying? Like if you watch the video with Seth Rollins doing his whole, you know, I'm gonna kill this man. The whole Judgment Day is still in the ring. It's still in the ring. So it's like, you know, what was the purpose of them doing all of that and then do this and send CM Punk out there in the middle of all that? That was my big take on it.
Well, they didn't. They wouldn't have had time. You imagine how long it would have took for them. They think that they could have got out and just ran out the ring. They supposed to be all halfway dead. They had to take that time to get out. So there's no way they could have kept it on air unless they would have had what other way could they have done it? They still would have had to stay on air.
Well, Drew McIntyre definitely stormed off at the end of the match.
Yeah, I've heard that they said that Drew I know a lot of people. He left before CM Punk came back. If you watch, I've seen a lot of footage. They try to make it look like he stormed out when CM Punk came, but he did it before. But from what I understand, he was upset about a lot of spots that didn't go right or something. I don't know. To me, it seemed like that's part of the work too. But it seemed like they making him out to be a little bitch. I'm sorry. Drew McIntyre, like I'm sick of him crying. Like basically, Sammy put him in his place on Monday. Like, dude, shut the hell up, crying. Like, what are you crying? And if he want to get at the damn bloodline, then show up on SmackDown and jump him. Oh, be mad at Solo. Jay wasn't even there that night. If he was there, I can't remember. But Solo was the one. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong.
Solo was the one.
Solo was the one that cost him the title. So you should be going at Solo. Why you keep on worrying about Jay? So that the whole storyline that they're doing with him don't even really make sense for him to be so upset. about he's so mad at the bloodline, but yet you don't show up. Jimmy done showed up on Raw a couple times. So yeah, you need to be. And did they ever even do a Drew McIntyre versus Solo? Because I only remember.
Possibly, I can't really remember it.
Right.
I think they probably had to, because Solo is the underboss under, and when you got to go through Jimmy, and then once you get Jimmy, you go to Solo, and then once you go to Solo, you get Roman. So I think that's how they've been doing it lately, and I'm pretty sure that he has. I'm not sure how that turned out. Maybe there was some interference or something happened where they didn't call Solo to lose. But yeah. That's just what's going on. Let me go into this next story real quick, fellas, before we go ahead and say our farewells. WWE former diva Sunny has been in the news lately, man. And I don't know if you guys remember Sunny from back in the day. She was one of the first divas in WWE, and she was well loved. Her poster was on the wall of many boys. I'm telling you, there was a lot of stiff socks and dirty tissues in the house. The lotion was always gone because Sunny was making little boys' dreams come true during her career, man. So Sunny was hot in WWE, man, and she's been in the news lately. Right now, she's about 50 years old, and she just got sentenced to 17 years in prison with 8 years of probation for a DUI car crash that killed a 75-year-old Florida man, Julian Brand Lassiter, last year. Man, 17 years, man. By the time she gets out of jail, she could be like 67 years old, man. This is a story that's been circulating, man. Let's talk about that real quick. Mr. Everything, what are your thoughts on it?
I don't care. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Sunny's been in and out of trouble for a long time. She's always had some type of controversial thing. I don't even know why it's really making news, because she hasn't really been relevant since she's been in WWE. After she got fired or left or whatever, I don't even know what happened with her. No one really talked about it, and I think that's why she stayed in so much different troubles and controversial stuff, because she tried to keep herself relevant in some kind of way. Like even when she go to conventions, nobody really goes to her table. She's like the female Virgil. Nobody really goes to her table. So, because she doesn't look like Sunny of old. Like if you go to, you're like,
Two grandma.
I don't really feel that tingle in my shingles anymore.
Ain't tangle in the shingle no more.
I'm vulnerable and everything. So I mean, I hope wish her well. We wish you well. We hope that you redeem yourself and rehabilitate yourself, and everything goes well. If you be good and you keep your ears clean and your mouth closed, you might get out in about 5, maybe 6. So you killed the man. You killed the man doing something stupid and ridiculous. We talk about it all the time. We just talked about it last week. Do not be out there, drinking and driving or being behind of a wheel, intoxicated, or anything like that.